Breaking tonight, last-minute talks between Canada Post and its union have broken down without a deal, but the union has decided it won't go on a general strike, at least not yet. Instead, workers have been instructed to refuse overtime. That said, the union says it could take further action in the days ahead. So Nisha Patel has been watching these developments very closely. Nisha, can you take us through what both sides are saying tonight?
Adrienne, it looks like there is a strike action, but it's quite different than the nationwide disruption we saw late last year. The union has called for an overtime ban effective 12 o'clock local time. So postal workers will refuse to work any more than 8 hours in a day and will refuse to work more than 40 hours in a week. Now, the union says it decided to proceed with an overtime ban to minimize disruptions to the public and avoid lost days for employees, but also warned that additional actions could still take place in the future if Canada Post changes anything to do with working conditions, benefits, or if it starts layoffs. So this action means workers will have to return to the depot and drop their mail off after 8 hours of work, regardless of whether they have completed their routes. And Adrienne, the union adds that employees can't be disciplined for doing so.
Okay, and so the union is still reviewing the latest contract offers, I understand it. What were the sticking points?
Well, the two sides met briefly tonight for about half an hour at the request of the union, but Canada Post says it was not enough to demonstrate meaningful progress. Now, the Crown Corporation is offering workers a 13.5% pay bump over 4 years. It also wants to extend parcel delivery to the weekends by hiring more part-time staff. The union sees the proposal as an erosion of full-time jobs and says it's looking for a 19% raise to counter steep inflation. Now, in the background of all of this labor dispute is Canada Post's shaky financial situation. It's lost more than $3 billion since 2018, and some say postal reforms can't come fast enough.
But nevertheless, we need to rip the Band-Aid off and get on with the changes if we're going to have a hope of saving Canada Post as an entity in Canada.
And a federal commission said last week that Canada Post's business model is failing, and Adrienne suggested that the Postal Service should phase out home delivery and close some post office locations if it wants to get back on its feet.
All right, Nisha Patel in Toronto.